You start life on an inhale, you end life on an exhale, and the entire period in between, which is your entire life, your biology, your states of being are 100% interlinked with the way that you breathe. If you want to improve anything about yourself, or if you want to help people improve anything about themselves, where do you start? Well, I would say we start at the most important biological function, literally the one thing you cannot stop doing ever, right? And that's the breath. Why is this technique better than that one? And how do we use this one as opposed to that one? And why does this one work that way and that one works that way? You're just getting caught in the weeds of the techniques and the methods. While if you follow one method down to the source, you'll find a certain set of core principles. You follow the next method or technique down to the source, you find the same core of principles. So the more often you do that, the more you start to see that there's only a few common foundational understandings that sadly very few people really understand. I have met a lot of well-meaning, passionate, empathic breathing facilitators who don't really understand what's going on. Crazy shit happens in breathwork sessions, right? And I don't believe that that's a way to keep people safe. So it's an extremely important part of our mission to provide the kind of education for our people that helps them understand what is it really to keep people safe. And that is both from an energetic, emotional perspective, but also literally a physical perspective. Once you see the connectedness, then you realize that the separation was never there. Because even from a scientific standpoint, if you think about one breath, the amount of molecules that you take in from the outside world, and these are the same amount of molecules that have been circulating in the air for all of time. So all humans, all beings that lived on the planet have been breathing the same air. Now this is a scientific fact, and at the same time it gives you this sense of wonder. The more you start to peel these layers and you come to these scientific understandings with a more spiritual perspective, or you come to these spiritual understandings with a scientific perspective, the more that they start to blend in and they're no longer really, there's no separation anymore. Mainly people who come here who feel like there's more going on, there's more I can do, I could help in a better way. Breathwork might be a tool that they can use to integrate. And the same training program helps an experienced breathing coach that has years of experience in breath coaching specifically to become a better breath coach, but it can also help a trained psychologist to start to implement breathing interventions in the psychology practice. A sports coach who wants to help athletes perform better in the field, they can start to integrate it. And this is why I love that we have school teachers and we have nurses and we have people who work in prisons and in law enforcement. So from all of these different areas of life, of the world, of society, we have people come in who then gather all this information about breathwork and then bring it to their field. This is not a quick fix or a quick weekend certification. You come, you get the certificate, and you walk away like, I'm a breath coach now, and you just start making people hyperventilate and you don't come back. This is really about, we want to build long-lasting relationships where people feel that they're supported, that they can come to us with their questions, and that we will be there for them in the best way we can possibly show up. Now, it's a huge blessing to be able to do this with my family. I find this important because I really want this tribe to feel like a family. So the people in the team, they're not my employees. We really function as a family. I'm the guy with the name on the book and the picture, and I'm the guy on the stage. People sometimes tend to put me in a pedestal. And there's no keeping a guy on a pedestal when his wife is around, right? I can't bullshit people if my family is there. So I want to, as best as I can, live in full embodiment of all of my roles in this work. The tribal feeling, like the feeling of we are all family, this, I believe, is the most natural thing to being human. And it feels very special because we haven't grown up with it. And I believe that everybody needs a tribe. You need a chosen family that you really feel like these people understand me and I understand them. The larger mission is to find ways to provide that for anybody. That feeling of I'm safe, I'm held, I have people around me that understand me, I'm part of a tribe, I'm part of something bigger.